Your life is a prison with invisible bars. And here's the worst part. You built it yourself. Every morning, you wake up, brush your teeth, scroll through your phone, check what everyone else is doing, what everyone else expects you to do, and before your feet even touch the floor, you're already in chains. Not the kind you can see, the kind you feel. That subtle pressure that tells you, you should have more money by now. You should have a better body. You should already know what you're doing with your life. This is the silent dictatorship of should. And Jean-Paul Sartre, that cigarette-smoking French rebel in a turtleneck, made it his mission to break those chains. He once said, "Man is condemned to be free." Sounds like a contradiction, right? Condemned to be free. Like saying you're sentenced to unlimited pizza. But that's the catch. Freedom sounds romantic until you realize what it actually means. It means there's no script, no cosmic GPS, no higher power whispering what move to make next. You are the author, and every single line of your story is your responsibility. That's a terrifying truth Sartre wanted to slap into our faces. You can't blame God, society, your parents, your past, your trauma, not even Mercury in retrograde. You chose. Even when you think you didn't, you did. Because not choosing is still a choice. Imagine being born into a world that already comes with pre-installed menu of meanings. Go to school, get a job, buy stuff, die. You're told that's just how things are. But Sartre looked at that and said, no, things are not. You make them be. According to him, existence comes before essence. You're not born with a built-in purpose. Like a hammer is made to hit nails. You appear first, and then, through your choices, you define yourself. That's the essence of existentialism. You are not given meaning. You create it, minute by minute, choice by choice. And yes, that's heavy, because it means every time you lie to yourself, every time you say, I can't, I have to, I don't have a choice, you're hiding behind your own cage. Sartre called this bad faith. It's the art of pretending you're not free because freedom is too damn scary. You know that coworker who says, oh, I hate my job, but what can I do? Or the person who stays in a toxic relationship saying, I just can't leave right now. That's not destiny. That's bad faith in action. Because deep down, you could leave. You could change. You just don't want to face the price tag of your own freedom, responsibility. Now, let's make this concrete. Imagine a waiter. He walks perfectly upright, polite, mechanical, almost too much like a waiter. Every gesture rehearsed, every smile pre-programmed. Sartre watched that and said, this guy isn't being himself. He's playing waiter. He's performing a role society gave him instead of existing authentically. And you, me, all of us do this. We perform. We play the student, the boss, the content creator, the girlfriend, the chill guy. But what happens when you strip all that away? When the lights go off and there's no audience left? Who are you when performance ends? That's where freedom begins, in the terrifying silence of that question. Here's the paradox. You want to be free, but freedom means there's nothing holding you except yourself. It's not the system, not capitalism, not your boss, not even fate. You are the jailer and the prisoner. And most people would rather stay in the comfort of the cell, because at least there, someone else is to blame. But Sartre says no. If life has no pre-written meaning, that's not a curse. That's your blank canvas. You are the painter. The question is, will you actually paint, or just stare at the canvas waiting for instructions that'll never come? Freedom, says Sartre, is not peaceful. It's anxiety. That moment on the cliff when you realize you could jump, not because you want to, but because you could. That's freedom. The awareness that nothing is stopping you except the meaning you invent. Kierkegaard, the gloomy Danish philosopher who loved despair almost as much as coffee, called it the dizziness of freedom. And Sartre inherited that same vertigo. Freedom feels like standing at the edge of infinity with no railing. So what do we do with this existential chaos? Do we despair? Do we throw up our hands and say life is meaningless? No, that's the easy way out. Sartre's answer is radical responsibility. If the world has no meaning, then it's on you to build one. If life has no script, then write it yourself. If there's no God to save you, then save yourself. And while you're at it, save others through your example. He said, when we choose for all mankind. Because every act, every decision is a tiny blueprint of the kind of world you're helping to create. If you choose cowardice, you legitimize it. If you choose courage, you give it form in the universe. You are a moral architect, whether you admit it or not. Now, some people hate this message. They say it's too bleak, too heavy, too French. But think about it. What's the alternative? To live asleep? To let the world decide who you are? You might feel safe, sure, but safety is the death of the soul. The moment you stop choosing, you stop being human. You become an object, something that just exists. And as Sartre said, to be free is to be condemned to choose. No one escapes that. Not me, not you, not the billionaire, not the monk, not the guy scrolling TikTok at 3 in the morning. We are all sitting in front of the same blank page. Being free doesn't mean doing whatever you want. It means owning whatever you do. It means saying, yes, I chose this. I accept the weight. And that's real liberation. Not escaping the world, but embracing it fully as a creator, not a victim. So next time you catch yourself saying, I have no choice, stop. Breathe. Look at the invisible bars you built. And remember what Sartre whispered through the smoke of his endless cigarettes. Freedom is what you do with what's being done to you. You didn't choose the chains you were born into, but you can choose whether you keep wearing them. Because at the end of the day, the only real prison is the one you refuse to walk out of. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this.